In this video, we will see how to use principal component analysis add-on inside of Seeq and why to use it. So first of all, principal component analysis is a technique, a statistical technique that allows you to retrieve the most relevant information and behaviors from a series of signals inside of a time range. In this case, the add-on uses the principal component analysis in order to retrieve the ideal model and give information on the deviation from the ideal model for a specific time range over a specific set of signals. So, in order to set up the environment, it is necessary to develop at least one condition for training and one condition for testing. The same condition could be used both for training and for testing. Just be sure to specify the different time ranges for the training period and the testing period inside the add-on in order to obtain valuable results. This could be particularly useful in the case that we have activity periods that in a certain time range do not show any fault behavior, but then they start behaving faulty, and this might be a good idea in order to understand what is the cause that provoked that anomaly. And specifically, this refers to root cause analysis and anomaly detection. So, without further ado, we can go into the add-on sections and open the PCA add-on. Sorry, the PCA add-on. So you can see here that we have our page for the add-on. The title is at the top of the page, and also give information if this is a trial version and the expiration date for the trial version. Trial version is available for everyone at the beginning. It will last 60 days, and then the user will have to go into licensing if he's interested into using this product. Um, First of all, we can go into the train condition section, defining the time range at which we want to retrieve the capsules and select the condition that we want to use. And then we can go into the test condition and be sure to, at least in this case, use different time periods for start time and end time so that results are meaningful. Time interpolation tells you at which frequency data is retrieved from the workbench. So in this case, a value for each minute is being retrieved from the add-on. You can set up to be whatever you want and be sure to insert it correctly, as otherwise it will be recognized by the system. That reduction tells you the compression that will be applied during the training period in order to obtain the model of the behavior into the training period. That reduction set as 0 will tell the add-on that it will be automatically calculated by the add-on, but of course you are able to modify it and try other resolutions. Save output just allows you to save the results into the workbench, as we will see later. So if we click on Launch PCA, we'll have a graph that's showing us the progress of the calculation. And once it's completed, it will show us the graphs of the results. So this one, this is the first graph that we obtain. It's the same as we click on the root cause analysis, and simply shows us the variables that deviated the most from the model during the specific time range. As we can see at the top, we have the reference of the starting time of our capsules, so we can have a reference, and we can also move around on this slide bar in order to move through different events. As you can see, the title updates with the start time of the capsules, and so this could be used as reference. If we go into the anomaly detection, it will retrieve for that specific event the deviation of each observation from the ideal model. If it is greater than 1, it is considered an anomaly. And as for the most interesting result is the anomalies detected section, where the user can see how many values into the time range have been detected greater than 1. This could be really useful into understanding if there has been an abnormal behavior in the time range or not. In this case, we are using test scenarios and test data, so results are not meaningful, but could be useful to you in order to understand the behavior of your um, model. Um, then we save the output, and so we can just go and see that if we refresh the page, few outputs have been produced. These outputs are the same that we saw into the add-on, just are present on the workbench. And here you can use all the functionalities of the Seeq environment in order to make the calculations you want. Thanks for the attention and have a good day. Goodbye.